turning. Like 12 is going to the 3 p.m. position, and then 6 p.m. and then 9 o'clock. Like that's what's happening
Yeah.
everywhere all the time around Earth, depending on where you are. Like it's just at a different angle. It's the shit's. I mean, it's all so fucking stupid, and no one said like no one cares about that stuff. So
Yeah.
Dan the Waterman wants to talk about it's not physical. We might be a thumb drive in a fucking Mandela effect or whatever, and it's like, dude, why are you talking about that when there's very obvious shit like the sun fucking moves in the sky? How about that? Is that good enough? Or like 3 miles by your math, like when you're standing at a fucking
I mean,
on the shore and
VR type
water's at
shit
your
is
feet.
trending, right? It, you know, flat Earth is in
He's not going to be
decline.
trendy ever. Like you're not gonna, it's not gonna happen for you, bro. You're not gonna be popular if that's what you want. Like that shit should have been your aim in, maybe high school, but that's it. Get over it. You're like 60 years old. There's no room for popularity right now, but there's other things you could do while you're still here. Fucking hell, dude. 6 feet. There's supposed to be a 6 feet, so like 3 miles is about 6 feet of curve on a 24,900 mile circumference ball. 3 miles would be a 6 feet dip in any direction. So if you could see 3 miles out, and that's when you're seeing the horizon when you're standing at the shore and there's fucking water at your feet, that means the water that you're seeing over there is 6 feet below you. It's like climbing up, like the water is climbing up 6 fucking feet. So like as tall as you, just to get to your feet. And it's right there. Like you could see that it's clearly not doing that, man. That would be a huge fucking curve. And it's not. It's nowhere to be seen. What are you talking about? And I wish I could model that in real life, like go somewhere else that's actually, I don't know, stand on a fucking runway or something and just look out 3 miles and be like, okay, I know that this thing isn't dropping 6 feet from one end to the other. And this is confirmation of it right here. Like it's over there. I see it. It's the horizon. And then here's my feet. And it's the same road. And there was no incline or decline or nothing. So get the fuck out of here with
there's
if you can't measure,
there's some
you
road
can't measure a curve.
or there's some I don't know if it's a railroad. Yeah, I think on the northern like the top of the United States, there's this really flat railroad that goes for I think like 300 miles, and it's totally level, flat, something like that. You heard about that shit? Or
Yeah.
maybe
I
I'm
have one in
thinking
my country, dude. I've done
the
this.
datum. You heard of the datum line and like how they calculate, well, how they do land surveying and how they calculate elevations and shit. They have this like horizontal line across the United States. At the same elevation. I think they call it datums or something like that. I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to refresh my memory.
Yeah. Anyway, there's some place fucking in the U.S. There's this long, flat fucking road, dude, and there's the flats, the salt flats in fucking Utah, where they fucking race like the fastest cars in the world race there, like rocket cars and shit. That shit is flat as fuck for like miles, dude. Like,
We have that here. Like I've driven on this fucking thing. My country is small, bro, but there's a fucking we have the fourth largest bridge in the world. The longest, I mean. And the middle section of that shit is just straight. Like I've drove across it enough times.
yeah,
It's just fucking straight. And it's let's see. So it's
yeah. Out here, I guess there's the
30.
Ponttrain one. But I would never go out there, dude. Anywhere where there's fucking alligators, like just living everywhere, I'm not going to that fucking state, dude. Fuck that. I'm gonna go somewhere where there's alligators or tigers. Fuck out of here.
The main link, this goes over water, by the way. This it's it takes you to like these like the northern part of the country. Uh I just it says it's 36.14 kilometers, dude. That's that main link. So that's
So like 10 miles,
That's
11 miles.
no, that's 22.45 miles. And like there it doesn't drop. It doesn't fucking drop. So I'm talking about 3 miles. So a seventh of that. If you cut that amount that I drove in seven fucking chunks, that's what you're seeing when you look out of I look out to the horizon on the
Hey,
beach.
where I live, dude, I'm right on the very edge of Long Beach. So right here, I just get on the bridge to Terminal Island, the LA Ports Island and shit. And there's two bridges like to go to San Pedro. But when you're on those one of those bridges or either bridge, right, you're about 180 feet up, and you can see way out in the horizon past Catalina. It's all fucking flat. The whole length of Catalina plus more of the horizon. Like you could add like 10 more Catalinas, and Catalina's probably I don't know how many
Exactly.
miles.
Yeah.
And then you look to
Yeah.
the other way, you could see like on a clear day, you could see downtown LA. You could see the skyscrapers, and it's pretty much flat up into the mountains. And that's fucking 20 miles, dude, to downtown LA from Long Beach. And you can see that on a clear day. And then you can see the fucking you can see pretty much see the base of the mountain, after the fucking buildings, Like, and you see that just going on a bridge 180 feet high, dude. It's fucking crazy. And it just looks flat all the way across the horizon. From the water all the way across the land, dude. And I fucking see that like every day. And then when you go up a bridge that's 180 feet, the horizon goes up with your eye. And like I was at my cousin's house the other day. He's like 660 or 70 feet, and he has like a perfect view of the ports and shit, Long Beach and fucking dude, shit's fucking.
I just looked on the Earth curve calculator. I put 6 feet for height, for eye height, and then I did target distance of 22 miles, and it's supposed to have a fucking 240-foot drop, dude. So like, never mind that the end sections of that bridge are like take half of it for the beginning and end. It would still be 120 feet that I'm fucking driving downward or upward when I'm like around the curve when I'm fucking going on that bridge. It's just straight. Like you could view the shit from a boat on the in the Gulf and you could see it. It's not fucking it's not doing anything. But by these numbers, it's supposed to be going down fucking 240 feet.
So
And
in a
I'm
arch,
giving
so in a arch, like a curvature type arch, it would be going up 120 and then going down 120, or just going down 240.
no, it's saying 240 from her it is calculating a horizon distance of 3 miles and then it says target hidden height 240. That's when I put 22 miles for the target distance. It has a little diagram on the thing, but it's still fucking trash. Like that, where, dude? How the fuck? Like, I know what a drop is. You know what I mean? And I know how to measure a drop over a distance. Like, you could see that shit visually. Fuck you. If you're looking at a roller coaster and someone tells you that the start of the roller coaster is this height and then it's over here, like there's this drop portion of it, and this is how much the drop is, you can look at that and
Yeah, you never
verify
been
it.
on the side of
And
the road and it's like a cliff, like you're looking down. You know what a
yeah,
drop looks like.
yeah. Yeah. So like I can't see us be on a straight line, traveling in a straight line, observe the straight line from a different fucking angle way far off and you tell me that that's dropping somehow. Like I actually did go around the ball. I just didn't feel it because of relativity or whatever fucking trash. Like everything else everything else works. Like there's no other example of this and this is what's fucked. This is their like uh argument that can never be fucked with cuz like everything every wild claim that we've been taught like this is the only example of it and it's 100% true. It's like, can you replicate the thing? No. Can you demonstrate the thing? No. This is the only one. Like, how many earths do we have? How many fucking moons do we have? It's like, oh, okay, but you know for a fact that this shit that you just said doesn't apply to anything else in nature or in reality as we know it. And like, I'm just supposed to believe you that this what happened right there is I went over 100 and well, if half the bridge, I went over 120 miles of curve, 120 feet. Sorry, that never happened, dude. I'd know what my car felt like if I was doing that. Unless it wants to divide the 120, which it does, over the miles, which still doesn't make any fucking sense. Because if I drive for 3 miles and I dropped 6 feet, I think I would know about it.
That'd be like
And it gets
12
exponentially.
containers high. 12 containers, dude. 6 containers high is like a huge pile on the ports. You know, it's like
You
50
would be
feet.
able to see that from the distance. I understand that someone could make the argument and be like, oh, no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't know if you thought you were driving in a straight line and over the course of 3 miles you fucking actually dropped 6 feet. You wouldn't notice. I'll give them that. That's fine. Although I think it's bullshit, but fine. I wouldn't notice. But if the drop gets exponentially droppier the further I go, if I double it to 6 miles, and now I've gone 12 feet down, I wouldn't notice that either.
Dude, I live by these cliffs over here, Point Furman, you know, in San Pedro. It's pretty high cliffs, dude. And then you could just look the other way, and the shit goes down, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And no, I just said that wrong, by the way, too. I said it would get more, and then I just doubled the distance and the drop. The double distance would increase the drop exponentially. It's not going to be just double the first drop. 3 miles. Hold on. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, at that place, Point Furman, it's a good view. Or like the Trump National Golf Course. I used to go hiking over there because you're on the peninsula, and you have you have a wider view that at like a regular like at a regular beach you're having more of a view. Not a full 360 view, but like more than 180. You know what I mean? Like when you're looking at a regular beach, because this shit is like on the peninsula, dude. And the horizon is still flat all the way around. Fucking. Yep, eye level. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. That's just a psyop. Like you want to just believe as you're told and shut the fuck up, or just like, excuse me, can you explain this in common sense? And then they start getting triggered. Then saying shit that again, this is the only example of this shit of this phenomenon that we've observed anywhere, and it's the only one that can be observed. Like the idea of a magnetized ball that like water spins to, but like if you're on it, the surface of it, it looks water looks flat in every direction. That's bullshit. Like that's you're so small compared to the ball, so it just appears that way. It's like show me, make one, do anything. Like oh no, we can't because how would you replicate that?
Hey, you ever been in?
Gravitize.
You ever come out here and been in the water on the West Coast?
Yeah, I used to live there. I mean, I was young, but
Yeah. You went to like the beach and shit.
yeah,
What beaches? Like fucking Malibu or like Orange County and shit. Like
I
what
have no
beaches?
fucking clue, dude. I was like 5 years old. No, no, no.
Uh,
I could ask. I could ask my parents there around, like when I see.
uh. I was just wondering. Like in Long Beach though, there's a it's a harbor, so there's a breakwater around the whole thing. It's like Terminal Island is inside the breakwater, and the whole island, most of the island or half of the island, it's like a man-made island. It's a series of piers that they made over so many years, going back like 100 years, I think. Like World War II, that they were making. It was a shipbuilding. They were building battleships and shit right there. You know, the Long Beach base. But now it's like it's shipping now. You know, container ships. But
Yeah,
so anyway, that the breakwater of Long Beach Harbor and LA Harbor, it's fucking massive, dude. And then to get to like Catalina, you have to go out of the breakwater, dude. If I've been like on like my dad's boat out of the breakwater, as soon as you hit the ocean, dude, it's fucking wild, dude. The waves are like fucking.
yes.
it sucks. I'd rather stay in the breakwater, dude. Fuck the sea, dude. It's like the Truman Show, dude, trying to keep you out.
What's his name is sitting there in the control room. More power. Fucking Ed Harris.
But
Um,
I've been on like the Catalina boats to Catalina, because I've been to Catalina a few times. Because my aunt used to live there. She had the stables on in Avalon and shit. It's all right, man. It's just overpriced, you know. But if you're out here,
yeah,
it's worth check. If you have money and it ain't nothing, it's worth checking out for like one day, you know, or just like spend the night, come back. But it's nothing special, dude. It's kind of like a rundown resort kind of thing. You're only allowed in
yeah.
this one area, and it's just like a golf course and a zip line. Uh, there's like a tram ride. You know what I mean? Like they don't want you on most of the island is like off limits unless you actually live there, and only a few people live there. It's fucking weird, dude.
That is pretty weird.
And like the Wrigley's owned it, and he's a big time Freemason, and Wrigley Field is the fucking compass and the square, and dude, there's all this Freemason shit. I don't know. They call it the Magic Island and shit. The fucking tuna clubs on there, like in that movie Chinatown. There's the Albacore fucking club, but it's.
Yeah.
And then the people that were in the tuna club they're all like directors and shit, like the dude that made the Little Rascals and the guy that started the Boy Scouts of America. You know, all these like fucking queer
Doing a
assholes.
piano, man. Fuck. And a sandwich, man. Hell yeah.
You gonna get a tuna?
Not me, no. I'm just saying, like, shout out to tuna pianos and tuna sandwiches, bro.
Dude,
Any dickhead can come in here.
this house I was working at, that I am still working at, this fool's like, yeah, he wanted to sell this piano. And I'm like, yeah, I know this dude. So I fucking hit up dude, and dude was totally down and come through. And the last minute, this fool flaked out. So sorry about that, dude. If you're listening, I
Oh,
told him I'm sorry.
fuck, man.
He was like, yeah, but like I had hit him up 2 times already. So then, and then he hit me up again. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna hit this fool up, dude. You flaked, dog. You fucking flaked twice.
That's why he's not answering your messages right now.
No, I talked to him since then. He's like,
Oh, okay,
it's
cool.
not a big deal. It's like, cause this fool has money, and like, he was just gonna tune it up. I forget, like, he had a fucking fair price. You know what I mean? It seemed like the deal, you know. But this dude's stupid. You know. Plus this piano, dude, this fool's thinking he's gonna get some money. You probably get like $1,500. Nobody buys pianos. You know what I mean? They get a keyboard or something. It's not like a flying off the shelf type item, you know.
Yeah, no. They make like smaller ones and shit now too. Like actual pianos, not just like or synths or keyboards or whatever. They have like smaller ones that are like affordable and shit. So if you're a collector or like you restore them or you
Or
might
you're
get
a
something.
rich person and you have a kid that wants to learn piano. That's the only,
Yeah, you
like,
want a
no
nice piano in your house.
regular people. It's pretty rare that people buy pianos, man. Because
Yeah,
you could just
shit.
buy a fucking
Oh,
keyboard
fuck.
and it's way easier.
Yeah, yeah. I tried to sell my old DJ equipment. It's only been like, it's not that old. It's not like ancient. And I never fucking used it outside. Like I only used it in the house. It never left here. It's pretty much brand new.
You had
Uh,
1200s.
NS7. No, it's like it was digital. It has
Oh,
like the 45s and there you hook up a laptop to it and it uses like Serato itch. But it's fucking heavy, man. It's like heavy duty shit. It could be the whole PA system for an event. It has all these inputs. It's not. It has its own mixer. Like it's fucking heavy as fuck. And I have a case for it.
so you're like doing
And I was
weddings
trying.
or what? You're doing backyard
No, I wasn't
parties?
doing shit. No, I was going to like back. Yeah, I just bought it and but I used it at home pretty much. So I'm like, yeah, fuck this. Like I was over it fast. And
When I was in high school, dude, we had like a little party crew, you know, and that was like the big thing in LA was party crews and raves and party crews, like early '90s, and so we just made one like kind of just clowning the whole thing, and but we had like a trampoline. We had the shit called Jungle Juice. You ever heard of Jungle Juice?
Yeah, you just kind of
It's like some
pump everything in there.
yeah, some shit like that. And and then we had like cartoon loops, like film projectors showing like Bugs Bunny or some shit, doing some trippy shit, and like we were selling acid and eggs and fucking nitrous and fucking. It was dope, dude. Did a couple backyard parties, and then we did like, yeah.
Yeah. I used to do that shit in like high school and college. Like I had a job in college at some club for a while, like one summer. That was it. And then, yeah, like the rest is just as a hobby for me. I don't know why the fuck I bought that shit like back in the day. I thought I was gonna do something here. I don't even remember. It's been like way more than 10 years. It's been like 15 years ago at this point. So I was trying to sell this shit and I put it up on a bunch of like online stuff. And everybody who hit me up is trying to like get me to go down in price. And they're all like collectors and shit. And I wouldn't budge. So they kind of stopped. And then I was like, fuck, I should have just, I should have just sold the shit. It's here collecting dust. Like I should have just sold it for cheaper and fuck it, whatever, take my loss. I think I'll try again. I don't know if I'm gonna find these motherfuckers anymore.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
know.
have Facebook. Facebook would probably help, like Facebook Marketplace or whatever, but I don't fuck with Facebook. There's like these other peer-to-peer markets place type shit, and like different apps and stuff. They had websites, but even those changed. I was like, what? It's not here. It doesn't exist anymore. Like another one rebranded or became like a regional thing. So like it's all different. I don't know. Just want
I
to get
think
rid of most of my shit.
I don't think a lot of people go out anymore too much. You know, like when I was delivering food, you know, for Uber and shit. I was in Hollywood and I was in Long Beach and I was in Santa Monica, and that shit is just dead all the time everywhere. Like, I don't know.
Yup. Yup. It's good.
Yeah.
It's fucking good. Where is that clown? I haven't seen him in a while either. Merle.
He
He was
probably
super weird in Hyenas.
he probably died.
I mean, maybe, yeah. Said he was gonna
Probably,
kill his dad and shit.
probably yelled at the wrong person and fucking some bogan fucking kicked his ass.
Yeah, who the yeah. Yeah, who the fuck I am, mate. You don't talk to me like that. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
He was weird as shit. That hyena server was what now? Like a year ago at least? Has to be, right?
Yeah. I have a
Yeah,
couple
he was like
recordings of that.
oh,
Fucking,
he was dropping his dick pics in the fucking main chat and like
he was?
saying he yeah, dude. They made a fucking emoji out of it. It was like a server emoji, like Merle's dick. And then he started getting weird and saying weird. I mean, as if that's not weird enough, but he started saying shit like, I'm gonna groom children. Like he was trying to say anything to get a rise out of people, and it just got to a point where it's like, all right, bro. They kicked, like everyone kicked him the fuck out. Like all the people who disagree with each other, like everyone was in agreement that just Merle needed to get the fuck.
Yeah. He's a weirdo.
Fuck you, Jaws. Fuck you, Jaws. You don't know me.
He's still
I'm Michael Moore. What was his
he's
real
still
name?
like Dell is legit, you know, even though he's talking the same shit as the Flat Earth Society from Canada, fucking the Earth Rising and all this bullshit.
Yeah, I think Rusted Soul might be on that too, from what I gathered from those videos that other
Thought
people
there was
had.
no
But I'm
model,
not sure.
but now there's a model, and we're rising.
Just why?
The model's
Yeah,
rising.
like I don't know why we need to complicate things. Like let's just verify the other stuff first, and we could talk about what it's doing or not doing. But yeah, there's you acknowledge that where's it? What's it moving through? What's it moving up in?
All these people like mad contradict themselves.
Yeah,
In
it's
the
just
same
why
breath.
can't we just stick? Yeah, and then that's the point where I'm like, then it really doesn't matter. Like if there's no way for me to know if Earth was contained, right, and then it's doing something, like it's going in a fucking zigzag motion, but I don't know that because the whole thing is contained and it's like it's in a
Yeah,
big
it's
ball
continuous
somewhere and
motion,
the ball's
bro.
bouncing.
It's continuous motion.
Yeah,
otherwise.
okay.
Yeah. It's going four
You
different
can't-
directions at once.
Yeah, there's no fucking way to prove that. So that's when I stopped giving a fuck. What I give a fuck about is that we've been forcefully taught and deceived about a false model, a definitely false model that doesn't work and continues to not work the more they add shit onto it, like the moon being in the Earth's atmosphere now. So
Yeah.
that's what matters. And then it's like, if you can get to that point, you can hope to learn more for yourself, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Because anyone else who's going to come and tell you they know what's what is a fucking liar or has some other uh, plan, because you can't possibly know. But we can know that the model that we've been presented to is absolute bullshit. It's fucking trash. That's it. So there is, yes, it's definitely, there's a different answer to what fuck Earth is, what it's doing. And it's not that. It's not the rock ball that everyone loved for many
The
years, and you
mainstream
thought you were seeing.
is pushing more and more the virtual reality. We're in a simulation. You know what I mean? And Waterman,
That's cool. But
he's that.
that's cool.
He's going
That's fine.
he's going in that direction, but he's still a flat earther for
No,
always, forever.
yeah, because he's fucking stupid and he doesn't understand that those two things can't not coexist either. So like, if it was a virtual world, that doesn't mean that we are within the virtual world and that there's physicality in the world that we live in. So like, Earth is still Earth. Fine. The outside of it, like, yeah, we're in a giant computer. That's amazing. But like, if you're playing a fucking video game, like, the area that you're able to walk on and visit and explore is mapped out. You could see what the fuck the shape of that thing is. You could see what its dimensions are, how far it extends out in any direction, what the elevation differences are. That all can be mapped out, and that's a fucking computer game. I don't live in a computer game, but if I do, then the same shit applies. Like, you could still map out the ground that you're walking on. You could still find its extremities. You can find like, what the fuck are you talking about? If it's flat, that means it has to be less physical first or whatever the fuck. That's so stupid, dude. That's so dumb. And I can't believe, like, no, you wouldn't have even thought of that before you open your mouth to say something as fucking stupid as that. So that means, like, he spent time contemplating, like, this virtual reality shit. But it never crossed your mind to think, like, okay, so within the virtual
Is that
reality,
called
like,
a
what are the
slippery
dimensions?
slope, or is that something else?
It's called a dumbass, man. It's like, okay, it's a computer game, dude. Congratulations. Like, the technocrats won. Like, the guys who have actually been programming you with their fucking fake explanations for everything, they won because they're the ones that love that shit. They love to tell you about how the computer and, the code, it's all code.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, the code, I don't see code when
They
I step
looked at the
outside. Like, I see a
DNA
road, I
close
see,
up, and it was
yeah,
code.
and it's code. Yeah, fine, fantastic. But I don't look at it close up. I look at it as what it is. The same as when I step outside, like a road, a tree, the fucking sun, the sky.
No
There's
one has shown
there's
this
things.
code either that they saw. That so many of these people, they saw the DNA code, and it was a computer code, but no one's ever produced this code. Can we see the code, or you know what I mean? Like, the fuck? Has anyone ever printed out this code that supposedly exists?
I've never seen it. No,
You're
you got to
supposed
look
to
up
wear.
your super.
Oh, and have you seen this? I seen this. I don't know. Maybe it was on that fuck. What's his name? Dread. He does. He makes videos now, trying to be like the puppet guy and the sackhead. But I think I was watching. It was either him or that other shit. And there's like this certain type of glass that they made. Have you heard about this shit? There's like really they live glasses. It's supposed to see your aura and shit.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was patented in the 1920s. It's some weird shit, dude. I don't know. I'd like to look into it more, but it might just be some clickbait bullshit that I was watching.
Yeah, what? It's his favorite, like, those videos that he was doing, that new that DQ posted, where he was like just showing his favorite TikTok videos of the day or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a great video. Yeah, okay. Fuck that shit. Half of that shit was garbage. Yeah, it's like the fringe, like the weird, like,
I watched
TikTok
some of his
conspiracy stuff.
videos. To me, it's funny how cringy that when he talks, dude. It's like,
Yeah, acting. This guy got triggered last time we talked. Remember, we were all being like polite and shit, and then I slipped up and said Mandela effect was bullshit, and Brian Stabley's a fucking grifter. He's like, he's my friend, and then he fucking dipped. Pussy.
yeah, he doesn't want to argue because it's taken away from the movement. You know, we need solidarity.
Yeah, I don't want to argue either, dude. I'm just gonna say what's real, and then you can get triggered and leave. Like that's cool. I'm not gonna argue about
You know,
whether or not
same team,
Brian
bro.
Stabley's a fucking retard. Yeah, I'm not on this. No, I'm not. Hell no. With Mandela effect people, why would I do that? It's like you can have it. I'm not mad at that, but I'm not gonna stop thinking it's fucking stupid. And every time you guys bring an example, I'm just like, okay, let's do a little bit of research here, just a little bit. It's always some pop culture shit. Fucking Jibby, right before he died, did one of those while we were
Dude,
live on
probably
PBC.
Jaren. He'll probably push the simulation type shit now, huh? Because he's out of FE. He's not going away.
I don't get what are the talking points for the simulation? Like, what do you talk about? Like,
How
what proves that it's a simulation?
the Mandela is because of these quantum computers. The CERN or whatever ripped a hole in the fabric of space time.
Computers do that?
Well,
Like, I don't know computers.
They're quantum computers.
Oh,
That's what you got to understand.
yeah. I'm just like, what program are they running that changes things? Like, I see this is dumb, man. Humans have access to the computers that run the simulation that the humans are in. That's like saying Super Mario has a fucking
It's kind
access
of
to.
like Vanilla Sky or the game or
No, it's not, dude. It has to be the guy inside.
Total
Like, how the
Recall.
fuck are you?
Total Recall.
Everyone is living. So we're all in total recall simultaneously. Like everybody's having the same experience. It just all you have to do is think about it for 3
We're
minutes,
probably
and it all falls
NPCs.
apart.
We're obviously not the main characters. We're probably NPCs.
Yeah, I don't accept that.
No,
I'm
I don't
too
either.
complex. Like I think about things too deeply to be an NPC, man. NPC has 5 things that it can say ever, and that's it. That's the extent of its fucking
Yeah, no, I don't believe
output.
any of that shit. But that's the type of stuff that people say that are into the simulation, or it's also called the Matrix, the Matrix glitching and shit. People are like fucking doing weird shit. Like they didn't just pose for those videos where they're all standing still. You know what I'm talking about?
dude.
Or like a cat pauses and
Yeah.
like that
Jibby
cat-
was saying if you drive down a road at like 3 in the morning, it'll loop or some shit like the Truman Show. Or like no, you go down an empty road for like miles, like in the middle of the desert where there's nobody. And then for whatever reason, like if you make a sudden turn and you like fake out the VR basically, like there's a car is gonna come like just cross out of nowhere, even though there was no one around, and that's just the simulation fucking with you. And I was like, or there was a guy in his car, bro, the same way you were in your car. Like, which of these two things is easier to believe? You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, but I didn't see him. But yeah, that's how most car accidents happen, is when people don't see each other in situations like that, like long dark road and there's nobody there, and then suddenly there is someone there. Yeah, okay, good fucking like. Why does that have to be a simulation? Like, why did I jump? It's just maybe too, right? So it's like maybe that's true. I allow for that. That's the thing, is I'm not just shutting you down immediately, but I was like, what else? What other examples or what other phenomenon happened? And none of them are good enough, man. Like none of them hold any weight alone. It's all just anecdotal shit or stuff that like, oh, you might have. It's like Jerry Seinfeld comedy. Like you might have experienced this thing once, and that's why it makes it relatable. Like shut the fuck up. Stop like lying to people to try to sound interesting. It's dumb, dude. Or do it and don't call yourself a truther. Like there's so many ways we can approach this. Like I'm about truth, and then any idea that someone just espouses, I'm gonna take it and run with it. Like reality is not real. Uh, there is no physical Earth. Like Earth's not physical. But let me sit here and debate about its shape for fucking 10 years. What?
But he'll always be a flat
What?
earther.
It's like saying what's the shape of a dream? It just. What do you mean? It's a fucking dream. Like it's you don't. It does, what man? Yeah, that's the biggest thing that I've my biggest takeaway from fucking years of paying attention to any of this shit is like I just really don't like dishonest people, man. They fucking suck. They waste a lot of your time. They waste a lot about and then on the grander scales, like it wastes a lot of time in your life about how your outlook on the world. And they're going to be astronauts if they do really good in school and shit, and it's just like that's what's fucked. Like that people here, they just lie about the most random shit and the most important shit potentially, and no one can tell me shit about that. Like that's just what it is. Like most people are fucking liars, and it sucks. And that's why when we talk to those any of the characters that we just mentioned, like from back in the day and stuff, it's like that's all I was trying to get a feel for. Like even if you're dumb, dude, are you honest or are you just lying right now? Are you doing something else or are you just saying what you actually think? Because if you're saying what you actually think, it sucks and it's stupid. But we could talk about that. Like it's cool. No, we don't have to get like you know. It's fine. I'll tell you why I think Mandela effect sucks. You tell me why you think it's so legit, and it doesn't have to be a problem. But if you're lying, or it's just some idea you heard and you were interested in, and then you made it your fucking identity, and you're gonna be insincere when you talk, man. And that's like the source of all the world's problems. It's just lying motherfuckers, dude, everywhere,
Yeah, Waterman, he's
at
gonna
every
go
level.
full Mandela, full simulation,
That's retarded.
full
He deserves
virtual.
it. Honestly, dude, fuck off. Yeah, just go over there, do that. I did a live stream on here. I might have it privated on my channel, or I might have it like I've deleted it. I don't know. I have to check. I did a live stream one night. It was a long time ago at this point, probably a year and a half ago, more. On StreamYard, and I called it like Mandela Effect is the dumbest. Like I just was dissing Mandela, the fucking Mandela Effect in the title. Like Mandela Effect is the worst psyop of all time, or some shit like that. And I don't know if you guys were around at first or someone was around at first from the Discord, but then they left, and I just kind of kept the stream running, and then four dudes joined, man. Four random fucking guys that like they watch Stavely, they watch I don't know what. They got on. A couple of them were from Boston. A couple of them cammed up and shit. They just wanted to talk about no, no, bro, like you're wrong. Like Mandela effect is real and so. I was like, all right, let's go through it. And one of them stayed on for like 2 hours, dude. And he was telling me every Mandela effect that made it real for him. Like then his friend came in and then he left and it was insane. They seemed like decent people, but I was just like, dude, okay, this is weird, but what's the like? What are you trying to? This proves that Mandela effect is a thing. Like because there's two reports of the same incident that like they're different. I was like, that's literally the mainstream news, you know? That's everything that you choose to look into in history. And it doesn't have to mean that reality did anything. It could just mean that reporters and fucking the people that make the news did things. They can alter their media. They do all the time. It's like if you go look up John Benet Ramsey case and you see fucking 15,000 different theories about what happened there, that doesn't make it a Mandela effect. They're all theories and they all existed. You paid attention to one or two of them and you didn't know that these other ones existed. And now you're finding out that that they did because you have access to like more information, you know? This fucking gaslight psyop, dude. Jibby's was fucking retarded and he was lying. Jibby said he was talking about the fuck. Good golly, Miss Small. One of these old Little Richard songs. I can't not Tutti Frutti. And he's like, what how does it go at the beginning? He's like wop bop a loo bop, and he's like, and then everyone said it, and he's like, no, see, it's not that. It's a wop bam boom. And I fucking and he went off on this whole like thing about how he's DJ'd like 100 weddings and he's played that song at every fucking wedding. He knows it so well in and out. And I was like, okay, that's fucking weird because I remembered it like that too. So I just went and typed it in. Like it took 2 minutes on YouTube, dude. Between Google and YouTube, I was just like, all right, what? Like there's the Little Richard version where he says a wop bam boom, and then the second most popular version is the Elvis Presley cover, and he says a wop bam bam or something, or the other way around. Yeah, sorry. Elvis says a wop bam boom, and I played both for him. I was like, "Here, Jibby," and he's like, "Oh." I was like, "So what the fuck? You just said you played the song 100 times at weddings, and you didn't know which version you were playing? You didn't know if it was Elvis or not?" You know what I mean? Like this is the shit I'm talking about. Like you're being insincere. Like you didn't need to add that other part about how familiar you were with the song because like there's a clear difference in the voices and performances of fucking Little Richard and Elvis. So if you played either one song 100 times because you're the DJ guy, like you'd remember the one you played. That's it, bro. And the Mandela thing would have never like crossed your mind, but we lie instead. We just say, "No, I know it. It's this version." R.I.P. Jib. R.I.P. Merle. R.I.P. PPC.
Hello.
Fuck.
Hey, can you hear me?
So yeah,
You couldn't hear me for a long time, huh?
yeah. I was wondering where the fuck you went. Started
Uh,
monologuing
I
and shit.
I thought my mic was on. Um,
Uh,
shit.
Good job.
Fucking what what were you just saying? Fuck who?
I was just saying R.I.P. everything, pretty much.
Yeah. I
And look at these two dickheads. They're both online and they're not getting in here. I tagged them each 150 times.
yeah, like
That's horrible.
these people that I was playing earlier, and they're all like, this guy's like, I'm friends with Jaren. I have his number, and we're friends. And it's like, dude,